Hello, Liz. Can we talk? It's about my birthday party next week.
Oh, hello, Mother. Sure, no problem. So, we're doing another birthday party again this year?
Yes, of course we are. We do it every year. I plan on ordering a catering service from that French restaurant downtown. All of my friends and relatives will be invited. We'll have a wonderful home party. We can set up a nice outdoor luncheon. It's just going to be so special.
Right.
I'm sure you and Rob will be there, right?
Do you mind if I ask you something, Mother? How much is this all going to cost?
The cost? Well, let's see. My friend who's done a lot of these parties, well, she said her party, which was pretty modest for her tastes, was something like $4,000, give or take. Guess mine will be about that much.
That's a fortune.
What? What do you mean? That's not so bad.
You do realize that if you had $4,000, you could cover your home mortgage for the next 3 or 4 months.
My mortgage? Really?
I don't want to be disrespectful concerning your birthday, but wouldn't it be better if you set aside that money to pay your monthly mortgage payments? It's a little over $1,000 a month, wasn't it? I really think you should get your priorities straight.
What are you talking about, priorities? Why do I even have to worry about that kind of thing? That's not my problem. That's something that you and Rob should be worrying about, not me. I wish you wouldn't rely on me to pay for everything.
We're not relying on you. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Pointing out the obvious? How disrespectful of you, Liz. I'm your mother-in-law, for God's sake.
Are you serious?
Oh, please, Liz. There is just no use talking to you. I'm going to talk to my son, Rob, about my birthday. He understands how important it is for me. You just tell me if you can make it or not. Hello? Liz? Are you there? About that birthday party I was talking about yesterday. I was thinking, maybe I should expand it a bit. I need to invite more people. I was thinking of increasing the budget to $5,000.
Pardon me, are you serious?
Yeah, I decided to invite my yoga friends too.
So that's $1,000 more than you had planned.
That's right. You're always going on about the budget, so I figured I should tell you right away. I don't want you getting on my case later on.
Mom, are you really okay with this?
Excuse me?
Your husband is currently working overseas. Is it really a good idea to spend so much money for a birthday party? I mean, it seems a little reckless. Is it really smart for you to spend all that money? It's not as if you're super rich or anything.
How could you speak to me like that? You're really being impertinent. Your husband, my son, would never talk to me like that.
I'm just worried for you, that's all, Mother.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm not some old lady. You should be the one worrying, not me.
Excuse me? Why should I be worrying?
Don't tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I really don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me? Well, under the circumstances, I have no financial worries.
I can't believe you. I knew you would continue to rely on me for money.
Pardon me?
I'm going to go totally bonkers talking to you. My blood just shoots up when I talk to you. You know what? I'm only going to contact you only when absolutely necessary. Just keep that in mind. See you later.
Hey, Rob, are you working? Sorry to contact you. Can we talk?
Hey, Liz. Yeah, no problem.
It's about Mom's birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah, she says she's inviting her neighbors. Said it's going to start at 6 p.m.
did you hear what the cost for the party will be?
The cost? No, haven't heard anything. Dad's overseas now, so she'll probably do it on a tiny budget.
So she hasn't told you. It seems she's going to order catering service from that French restaurant downtown. It's going to cost something like $5,000.
Wait a sec, what? $5,000? Just for a little birthday party with the neighbors? That can't be right.
It's not just neighbors, it seems. She's inviting all her yoga class members, even the instructor.
Really? But $5,000? That's way too much.
I tried mentioning the mortgage payments, but she just brushed it aside. She actually turned the tables and blamed everything on me.
Oh boy.
I don't want to be a nosy daughter-in-law and want her to have a nice birthday party, but we're not exactly having an easy time. For her to just go off and use money without thinking, I really don't know what to do.
She really should be paying off the mortgage, not having a French catering service for her birthday.
Yeah, but she won't listen to a word I say.
Nothing we can do about it now. The party is tomorrow. Even if she cancels now, they'll probably charge the full amount. The restaurant probably already prepared the food. Wouldn't look good. That's for sure. I'm the youngest of my family. She would never listen to me either. My older brothers have a lot more clout than me. On top of that, despite being the youngest, I was the first to get married. Mom wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess we have no choice. We're just gonna have to let her have her way this time.
We're both going to the party tomorrow, so let's see how things go. See how she acts. What do you say? I'll get Dad a call too.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
Alright, see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow.
Liz, are you there? So, you decided to come to the party with Rob.
Right. You asked me to come to the party with Rob, so here I am.
Yes. Looks are everything. We have to keep up appearances, you know. People talk. If you and Rob didn't show up, rumors start spreading. You know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
But I want you to stay in the kitchen once the party starts. Just stay out of sight.
Excuse me? Why should I do that?
Well, because French cuisine is way too good for you. That's why.
Too good for me?
Think of it as a punishment for being disrespectful to your mother-in-law. The reason why you're such a cheapskate is because you went ahead and got that loan, paying to have $1,000 a month.
Kinda strange hearing that from you, Mother.
Well, nobody will speak up, so I will. I was against you guys buying that condo. Way over your budget.
Excuse me?
You guys don't even make that much. And you take off a loan for $1,000 a month? I warned you about that. But you want to pay off your mortgage and complain about me spending money on my birthday party? I can't believe you, Liz. How could you be so selfish?
Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see the picture. I thought things didn't mesh. We always seem to be talking on different levels.
Anyway, the party is about to start. Get in the kitchen and stay there until everyone has gone home. Don't you dare come out until then. Or, better yet, just say you feel ill and go home. That way I don't have to worry about you peeking in every 5 minutes. Just come back later to clean up. I'll line you later on.
What am I, a maid?
Well, actually, yes. I've told all my neighbors that I'm currently disciplining our daughter-in-law to be a better housewife.
A better housewife, huh?
Stay in the kitchen for another 30 minutes, and then you can head home. I'll line you later.
I really don't know why I have to leave.
To be honest, I don't want my guests seeing a dirty maid wandering around. Just too depressing. It's my birthday after all.
Okay, if that's the way you want it, I'll stop the mortgage payment starting next month. Hope you're okay with that.
Pardon me? What did you just say?
The load payments. I will no longer pay that, just so you know.
What are you talking about? Maybe you need your head examined. It's you who will suffer if you stop the payments.
Rob says he's going home too. Have a nice party. Don't bother texting me later. I have no intention of cleaning up after you. I'm not your maid.
Yeah, whatever. Do what you have to do. Liz, pick up! Come on, Liz, pick up. I know you see this. It's about that monthly $1,000 loan. Is it true? That loan is for this house and not the condo you guys are living in? This is some kind of mistake, right?
Oh, so you heard it from someone.
Yeah, from your aunt and uncle at the party.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize they were there.
I didn't believe it at first. Thought it was some kind of joke. But this month, the bank called and said there was insufficient funds for the loan payment. That's when I realized it was all true.
That's right. I was depositing the $1,000 into you and your husband's account every month.
I see. I had no idea.
You also know why your husband's working overseas, right?
Yes, I heard. It was concerning some project he was working on. Apparently one of his staff members screwed up and the project went belly up. He took responsibility for it and was transferred to a position overseas, alone. He was forced to take a position at a factory up north for 3 years.
That's right. And his pay was slashed drastically. You know that too, right? Your husband came to me. He said he had more than 7 years left on the loan. I was working 2 jobs, so I was financially doing okay, so I agreed to help him out at least until he got back on his feet again.
Then what about that condo you live in? That's more than you can afford. You guys moved in right about the time my husband was transferred overseas. That's why I thought the loan was obviously to pay the mortgage on that condo.
The condo is owned by my uncle.
Huh? Your uncle?
I thought we explained all this to you years ago when we first moved in. My uncle thought we would have a hard time paying $1,000 a month to cover your loan, and so he allowed us to live in this condo free of charge until things worked out.
Live there free of charge?
Don't misunderstand. My uncle's family lives there too. We just have one room to ourselves, and I help with the cooking and cleaning. It's been a real help. We're living on a tight budget, no perks.
I see.
Your husband suggested that we move into that house, but I think we talked about it. You were adamantly against it, as I recall.
Oh, so that was what it was all about.
You were so insistent that whoever lives in that house had to be the eldest son and his family. Not Rob and I. Not the baby of the family. You just wouldn't allow it. I remember you banging on the kitchen table and going into hysterics. You remember that, don't you?
Did I really? Anyway, I had no idea about all of this. How was I supposed to know you guys were paying and all?
Come on. We sat down and explained everything to you. Don't you remember? Everyone was there. Rob and his brothers, your husband. I was there too. We had that family meeting in your living room. We explained everything.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I remember you were sort of just half listening. You really weren't interested in anything we were saying. You would only hear what you wanted to hear, like continuing to live at the house. When the talk switched to possibly helping out by working part-time, you put an end to that conversation pretty quick. You didn't want to hear about Rob and I living with you either. We just couldn't get through to you. In the end, it was Rob and I who had to make the sacrifices. But that last birthday party was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I had no idea. I really didn't.
You just refused to listen. Anyway, we talked to your husband and he gave us permission to stop the monthly payments.
Huh? Really?
If the payments are no longer possible, we're just gonna have to put it up for sale.
Pardon me? The house is going to be sold?
That's right. He really didn't want to lose the house he spent years paying for, but your husband didn't want to burden Rob and I any longer. We're still young, and we hope to someday buy a house too. Your husband decided it was no longer feasible after hearing all the stories about your antics from his sons. As for the $6,000 that I forked out, your husband said he would eventually pay me back.
This is not happening!
I heard your husband is coming back for a short visit. I'm sure he'll sit you down and explain the whole thing. So, I urge you to talk to your husband about the rest. Rob and I have nothing to do with it going forward.
Please, Liz, let's talk!
Sorry, I have no more to say. Goodbye!
But Liz, please, listen!
A few days later, her husband returned for a short visit. The family had a long talk about the current circumstances. First off, they talked about selling the house. Then the problem of the $5,000 spent on the birthday party last month. He also reprimanded her for treating me so harshly, despite my financial support. But what really shocked her was the divorce papers that he thrust on her. She was, of course, taken aback by her sudden predicament, but immediately recovered and demanded that one of her sons take her in and support her. But both her sons had already married, not to U.S. citizens, but foreign. They both moved to their wives' native countries. As for Rob and I, we moved out of our uncle's place into a new home across state lines. We had no intention of revealing our new address to her. My mother-in-law eventually landed a part-time job, but I heard she got caught stealing and was fired immediately. Last I heard, she's living on her meager savings and looking for a new job.
Everett, this is your number, right? It's Jessie. Long time no see.
Huh? Jessie? As in my ex, Jessie?
You remember me! I'm so glad.
I remember you, but not because I want to. What do you want? I can't believe you messaged me again. You're really gonna pretend to be buddy-buddy after you cheated on me and cleaned out my bank accounts?
That was years ago. I'm sorry. But I told you, it was because I was lonely. You were working all the time. You never paid any attention to me.
So your first reaction is to bring men over to our house and sleep with them? I don't care how long ago it was. I'll never forgive you for what you did.
I understand that. I didn't message you to try to get you to forgive me for what I did.
Who did you get my contact info from?
That's not important right now. Just listen to me. I want to talk to you about your mom.
Huh?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I found your mom.
You're kidding, right? You found my mom?
That's right.
You expect me to believe that?
I figured you'd say that. But I just want you to hear me out. And remember, I'm not 100% sure. But I changed jobs. I do nursing care now. And there's the 60-year-old part-timer that I work with sometimes. Her last name is Foster. That's your mom's maiden name, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but...
See? I remember you telling me that when we were together. And while working with this person, she told me she's divorced. And that she has a son who she hasn't seen since he was a little kid. She even told me her son's name is Everett.
Yeah, right. This has gotta be a joke.
I was surprised too. I debated contacting you again to tell you or not. But I remember you telling me when we were married how much you wanted to see her again. I assumed you still hated me. That's why I hesitated on contacting you, but I thought you should know. I know what I did to you was terrible. I'm not surprised if you still hate me.
I'm sorry. When you messaged me just now, I immediately started fighting with you instead of hearing you out.
Don't worry about it. I think anyone whose ex did to them what I did to you would react the same way. I'm sorry too. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to meet her?
Well, yeah, I think. But I want to see her again. Sorry, this is just so sudden. I need some time to process all this. She left my dad and me when I was in first grade, and nobody knew where she went. If she did that, she probably doesn't want to see me ever again.
I understand why you're hesitant. Don't worry. I didn't say anything to Miss Foster about you. Take your time and think about this. When you've decided what you want to do, message me back. Okay?
Okay, thanks for all this.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. After what I did to you, you don't have to be grateful for anything I do. I know how bad it was. Listen, you don't have to speak to me ever again if you don't want to. Once you've decided what you want to do, just message me. I won't say anything back. If you decide you want to meet this Miss Foster, I'll tell her about you and give her your contact info. If you decide you don't want to meet her, I won't. It's as simple as that. I'll be waiting for your message. Is this Everett's number? My name is Louise Foster. Jesse gave me your contact info, so I messaged you.
Yes, this is Everett. Are you really my mom?
Everything seems to point to that conclusion. All the stuff Jesse told me about you lines up with what I know about my son. At this point, I don't have any proof, so I can't say I'm 100% sure. But your father is Jack, isn't he? I left when you were only 7 years old. And your dad worked for McDermott Construction at that time.
Yeah, that's right. It's all right.
I know it's too late to say this now, but Everett, I'm sorry. I just didn't know what to do. So I left.
You don't have to apologize, Mom. There was a time in my life when I thought I could never forgive you for leaving us, but I'm sure you had your reasons. I'm not a child anymore, so I understand that. I just want to know what happened.
A lot of things have happened since then. It's been almost 30 years, hasn't it? I heard that your dad died 7 years ago. I'm sorry for not going to his funeral. I didn't keep in touch with anyone, so I had no idea that he even died until long after his funeral.
I see. So that's why nobody at the funeral had any idea where you were either. So, anyway, what have you been doing this whole time? And why did you run away? Is it okay for me to ask?
It's not a very interesting story, but I've been by myself this whole time. And I guess you deserve an explanation as to why I left. So I'll tell you. I left because Jack was cheating on me.
Huh? My dad? He cheated?
I'm sorry. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. I know you always looked up to your dad. He was like a hero to you when you were young. But I just couldn't forgive him for what he did. I couldn't bear to look at his face anymore. He broke my heart. At first, I thought about taking you with me when I left, but I didn't think there was any way I could support a child on my own. I wasn't working when I was with your dad. It was a struggle for me just to support myself when I left. I'm really sorry.
Mom, it's okay. I had no idea that he had done that. This whole time, I thought that you were to blame. I thought you just didn't want me.
That's not true at all. I never stopped thinking about you. I always wanted to see you again, but I knew there was no way I could. And after all this time, I wondered if you even wanted to see me again or not.
Of course I did. I still do. I want to see you again. But I just need a little time to suddenly meet up again after all this time. It's just, I don't know how to put it.
Don't worry. I understand what you mean.
Let's just keep contacting each other like this for a while. Until I'm ready to meet in person. I want to see you. I do.
Everett, you're so kind to give me another chance. You were always a sweet little boy. I'm glad to see things haven't changed after all these years. So, let's do that. Let's keep texting each other for a while. Until you're ready. I want to see you too.
Sorry, Mom. I need some time to process this. So let's call it a night for now. I'll message you again later. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Take all the time you need. I'll be waiting for you. Everett? You haven't been responding to my messages lately. What's wrong? Do you not want to talk to your mom anymore?
What?
Everett, thank goodness. I thought maybe you were never going to talk to me again. Were you busy with work?
Well, I was busy with a lot of things.
I see. Try not to work too hard. You've had to put up with enough difficulties in your life already.
You sure do know a lot about me.
Of course. I'm your mom. So, Everett, I've got something I need to talk to you about. That's why I've been trying to contact you so much these past few days.
Oh yeah, I remember you said there was something you wanted to discuss with me.
Yeah. It's really difficult for me to say this, but I haven't been feeling well for a while, so I went to the doctor last week to have some tests done. The results came back, and I just found out the other day that they have to do some surgery on me. If I don't, I'll die. I've already been admitted to the hospital.
What? You're sick?
Yeah. And after just finding my son after all this time, I'm so sorry. And the thing is, I need you to lend me $30,000 for the surgery. You've got a good job, and you said you're doing really well, right? I think I'll be able to get a lot of it back through my insurance, but that'll take some time. And I don't know how much they'll cover anyway. Plus, I won't be working the whole time I'm in the hospital recovering, so I'll need the money for my regular bills too. Is there any way you can help me out? I don't think I can do all of this on my own.
Is that so?
I'm afraid so.
So that's how you're gonna come at me.
Huh?
My mom died last week. I know it's you, Jesse. You can stop with this stupid charade. I know you bought a second cell phone so you could pull this stunt. If you had enough money to do that, you should have just paid off some of your debt with it. Goodbye.
Everett? What's going on? I'm not Jessie. I'm your mom.
If you're really my mom, then you won't mind answering your phone and talking to me, right? I think I know the answer, but why won't you answer your phone? Even when I asked if I could call and talk to you before, you refused. It's because you know you can't fake my mom's voice, isn't it? Of course it is.
That's not it. Your mom really is sick. She just couldn't bring herself to ask you for help. That's why she lent me her phone to talk to you for her. I'm just acting as a go-between for you two for the moment.
You're despicable. I told you my real mom died already, didn't I? I got a call from my mom's lawyer last week saying that she died and left some things to me in her will. That's my proof. Where is yours? I've already gone and picked up everything she left to me. I saw her empty house. She still had pictures of me as a child up on her walls. Does this person you claim to be a go-between for have any proof that she's really my mom?
Well, I don't know anything about that. I figured she didn't need to prove anything to me if she had already proved it to you.
So, you're still trying to keep up this charade? Whatever. This whole time I haven't been responding to your messages. I've been looking into you. You cheated on me, stole all my money, and ran away. And when you finally married another guy, you cheated on him too, didn't you? And that's why he's suing you right now, huh? But not only that, you were hiding a massive debt from him that you said you had from before he married you. That's why you figured you'd try to scam me out of even more money, huh? 'Cause you wanted an easy way out of the hole you dug for yourself.
How do you know all that? And how dare you stick your nose into my personal business? I hate you!
I can say the exact same thing to you. You pretended to be my long-lost mom, and you told me lies about my dad cheating on my mom, all because you were trying to scam money out of your ex-husband. And you only did all of that because you found out I'm doing really well now, and you wanted a piece of it. You're a horrible person, through and through.
Oh, shut up. Like I care what you think. But you know what? Even I didn't think you were stupid enough to go along with my charade as long as you did. You're even more gullible than I had originally thought. You're pathetic. Well, I guess there's no point in me wasting my time talking to you anymore, so...
Oh, so you want to act like you've won this, huh? That's fine with me. I guess you don't want me to help you. You know what? I'm doing really well right now. I've got lots of extra money I can throw around. I was thinking that if you were honest with me and admitted to trying to scam me, I might actually help you out. But if that is how you want to be...
Huh? Really? Well, the truth is, I really am in some financial trouble right now. I figured that if anyone could help me out, it would be you. I'm sorry for pretending to be your mom. I should have been honest with you in the first place. I mean it. So, will you really help me out? Please? Wait, is it okay if I call you so we can talk about this?
No, 'cause I'm not helping you.
Huh? But you said you would. What about my money? You said if I admitted to trying to scam you, you'd help me.
Ugh. Jesse, you need to be more careful. It seems you're even more gullible than me. I shouldn't have been surprised that the person who stole all my money 5 years ago would show up and try again. But honestly, I never saw it coming. It's not even that she betrayed me like that the first time that makes me upset. It's the fact that she came back, and I fell for her lies again. I really am gullible, aren't I? I guess I'm just too trusting of other people. When my mom was alive, I really did want to see her again. I think that's why I wanted to believe Jesse so badly. But last week, when my real mom's lawyer contacted me out of the blue, I was able to get the real story. The timing was unbelievable. That's when I knew my ex had tricked me again. So, I hired a private detective to look into what was going on with her. I found out she really was working in nursing care, but there was no one she worked with the same last name as my mom. The detective told me all about Jessie cheating on her second husband and being sued for compensation money because of it, as well as all the debt she had kept hidden from her new husband. People like that just never seem to learn. After Jessie's attempt to scam me out of more money, I blocked both numbers she had been contacting me on. I know she doesn't have the money to buy a third cell phone, so I'm sure I won't be hearing from her again. I reported her to the police for the scam she tried to pull on me for $30,000. Hopefully, they'll do something about it. I'd love it if she got arrested for doing that to me. I was really shocked that while all this was going on, I was contacted by my real mom's lawyer about her will. If it wasn't for that, I likely wouldn't have found out the truth. At least, not until it was too late. I guess I can thank my mom for that. I wonder if it was just a coincidence, or if it was her looking out for her son one last time.